Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bearable Bull here. And I got this aggressively average content for you today. As I hope after that, I fully have your attention. Ladies and gentlemen, something that I've noticed that's been a consistent pattern is that at the point of most hype, not just in the XRP community, but crypto as a whole, that is when people are most interested. But that is also the point of maximum financial risk to individuals. What you guys all know very well who are sitting here watching this video today is that retail investors will always lose and are always the exit liquidity for millionaires and billionaires that have the inside knowledge and that control the market. These people do not lose, but the people that do lose are the fly-by-night fans of crypto. This is the point I'm trying to make. Right now, I am more bullish on crypto than I've ever been before. I believe we have reached the bottom of the crypto market back when FTX collapsed. And I believe we are in the initial stages of the best crypto bull run we're ever going to experience. And what all of you need to understand is, in the midst of all of this, we're going to have a bumpy road. I do expect a crash to come in October. But for the most part, I expect an upward trajectory for this space. And all of you are here, sitting in this moment in time better positioned than 99% of the planet. Retail has minimal interest in crypto right now. But this is where the learning and the hard work is really going to pay off. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I've made a big investment in a crypto 99.9% of you aren't paying enough attention to. I believe this is going to be one of the biggest projects that not enough people are going to have gotten into. And I think it may have one of the best ROIs in the next crypto bull run. I've placed that token in my OnlyFans down in the description below. And get it before it takes off because it's starting to get some positive price action. Now, with that being said, a big reason why I believe we're about to be heading into the next bull run is because this XRP case ended in a positive conclusion for the secondary sales of XRP. XRP itself is not in and of itself a security. And I think that's going to translate over to other crypto tokens that are in the SEC's line of fire, including Cardano, including Solana, Algo, and others. And here, Charles Hoskinson talks about the magnitude of how positive this ruling was. He used to be antagonizing the community and now has come back, joined our side again. I even had an interview with him a couple weeks ago, calling a truce with the XRP army. And one of the things I'm going to tell all of you is, this is one of the most positive and most important messages I've seen in crypto in a while. And you all should take a listen. Because the XRP army has gotten the biggest victory in crypto to date.
So there was a recent ruling. It was a mixed ruling from the judge who was presiding over, I believe it's Judge Torres, who was presiding over the Ripple case, where they kind of split the baby and said certain transactions that Ripple, the company, did were considered to be securities transactions, and that's going to have to work its way through appeal. But then for all intents and purposes, the secondary market really does look like a non-security transaction. So basically what this does is allows exchanges to relist XRP, and I believe some have already done so. And it also creates a good legal foundation to argue that things like Solana, Polygon, Cardano, and others are not securities, as we've believed all along, and we've continuously analyzed from the Howey side of things. So the war is not over yet. The SEC doesn't really agree with that ruling. They'll continue doing what they do, but it does certainly weaken the case and also encourages lawmakers to finally do their job and pass legislation to cover the cryptocurrency industry, to give everyone clarity, and to rein in people who want to do legislation through enforcement. So long road ahead. There's a lot to do, a lot of moving pieces, a lot to think about. But you take the small wins where you can find them. And we've been beaten down quite a bit with Luna and FTX and Celsius and the bear market and unrealistic expectations. So it's good to take a step back and realize that our best days are still ahead of us. And whenever you have a win like this, it's a win for the industry, and it gives everybody an opportunity to take a big sigh of relief and just enjoy the day and move forward.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you need to understand is the more we continue to see this going in our direction, the more positive things are likely to go in our favor. The crypto market is shifting. Sentiment is building. And one of the most important indicators that I keep my eye on is the DXY to help confirm this. Crypto Insights UK talked about how the DXY is often inversely correlated to crypto. And despite the fact that it has been going upwards recently, it's very possible a downtrend is about to take its place. If this analysis does end up being correct, and that's a big if, we should begin seeing more positive sentiment in the crypto market. Keep your eyes peeled for it. And the DXY continuing to fall needs to happen for us to see positive price action. Something else we need to look for is what Blockchain Backer has been talking about as well, specifically when discussing all indexes continuing their rises up this week. They all definitively closed above the 0.786 retracement level in the stock market. And what you need to understand is the stock market leads Bitcoin, leads the altcoins. And if we can finally see Bitcoin break above 30K and continue to push forward, oh, let the magic take place. We're in for better days, especially when it comes to XRP. This XRP case is beginning to get dialogue from everyone in crypto. And Anthony Pompliano finally went on Fox Business to acknowledge the Ripple win. I'm sure a lot of you have mixed emotions about Pomp. So please listen to what he had to say regarding XRP and this case.
Let's talk about when is it going to happen with XRP, because, of course, XRP has had an incredible run-up, even as it's got the SEC breathing down its neck. It got a favorable judge ruling, court ruling, rather, and we're waiting to see if the SEC will appeal that ruling, which basically was in XRP's favor. Right now, it's at 71 cents. Where do you think XRP moves toward through all of this drama?
Yeah, I'm not sure about prices. What I do know, though, is you had a group of people who went ahead and they were building a business, building technology.
Yep.
The government came in and said, hey, look, what you're doing is wrong. You're violating these rules. And they went to court. And I actually think that we are now seeing cases that have been going on for a long time where we're starting to get some of the judgments. We're starting to get some of the clarity. People in the crypto community have been asking for regulatory clarity for a long time. People in the regulatory bodies have been saying the existing rules are the clarity, comply with them. And so I think in the XRP case, it's a great example where they went to court, they laid out their arguments, the regulatory bodies laid out their arguments, and a judge made a decision. Now there's appeals and other kind of knock-on effects, but ultimately in the country of the United States, going to court and making your case is part of what it means
freedom.
To have the best capital markets
100%.
and freedom. Absolutely.
Part of the U.S. and our laws is that Congress can move to regulate things. Actually, the Bitcoin and the crypto world has been begging for guardrails to say, let us move forward.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, now we have the point across that this Ripple victory is absolutely massive, and we're continuing to get the global acknowledgement from the crypto industry. I'm going to pivot your attention away to something happening geopolitically that you all need to pay attention to. Global presidents of different governments are over here acknowledging the very real threat of the US dollar dominance on the global stage. Here, there was a meeting between African presidents and Vladimir Putin discussing how the US is printing money. They're the global reserve currency. They're not being productive or manufacturing anything at all. And because they have a monopoly on the global financial system, they got to enact all of their views and police the world, both militarily and economically. They want a new financial system to come into place. And the reason this is so important is because this is what I believe XRP was created for. I believe XRP was meant to help quell global tensions due to the US dollar dominance, the sanctions that the United States imposes through the SWIFT system. And with XRP, they decentralize power away from the West to a world stage and something they like to call the global playing field.
They are printing money. They are not manufacturing anything at all. It's printing money. And this has been one of their weapons globally. The monetary system, the global monetary system, controlled by dollar and euro, has been used. Sanctions here, sanctions there, sanctions there, grabbing this account, grabbing that account, has been one of their tools. This is not going to continue indefinitely. And we need a new financial architecture globally, not controlled by euro, not controlled by the dollar, not controlled by other currencies.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, with this push on the global stage to get away from the US dollar, this is why I believe, a big reason why, the rest of the planet has been so bullish and willing to adopt crypto, while the United States has been dragging their feet and hasn't necessarily wanted to have favorable crypto regulations. The United States, as we all know, has been pretty hostile to the crypto space. And the reason why is because they're protecting their US dollar weapon. The US dollar has been an economic and also military weapon that they've used against countries that do not obey what they want. But guys, that's coming to an end. Congress is beginning to pass bills favorable towards the crypto space. And here, John Deaton puts Charles Gas Burrito in his place. John Deaton responded to the unnamed quote-unquote securities lawyers. Charles Gas Burrito stated that it told him that the Judge Torres ruling was crazy and wouldn't hold up on appeal. Needless to say, Charles Gas Burrito's not having a lot of fun. He's made a lot of enemies in the XRP community, and quite frankly, it's sad to see his fall from grace. He got it wrong when he said he believed the SEC was going to lose this case, and instead of being, you know what, the XRP community was correct, he's dug his heels in, and now he's taking Gas Burrito-like takes on Twitter and firing shots at the XRP community. Needless to say, I think I speak for the entire XRP army when I say sad to what happens to poor Charles. Now, to cap off this video for today, guys, I'm going to leave you with John Deaton's clip as you gain further understanding why I believe that the judge's decision that XRP is not a security will hold up on appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bearable Bull here. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate every single one of you. Now I'll be back tomorrow with another video.
You know, people want me to attack Charlie because of his position stuff. I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to, because Charlie said that he was talking to security lawyers, right? This is in his article where he says that he's spoken to SEC folks who brought the case. And he said he was talking to these securities lawyers, and not a security lawyer that he talked to believed that the judge would be affirmed on appeal. And so my challenge isn't to Charlie, it's to those lawyers. How about you come out of the shadows? Come not off the record, but on the record. How about you do that? How about you come on to crypto law, right? Quit hiding behind a shield of off the record and come talk. I'll meet you anywhere, any place, anytime, as long as it's live TV where it can't be edited. And we'll have the debate and we'll have the discussion. You want to call Judge Torres's decision crazy, bizarre? Let's talk about it. We know you won't, right? Because I got news for the world out there. When you get picked to be the SEC chairman, when you get picked to be the director of corporation and finance, it's not because you're the most experienced securities lawyer in the world. It's because you got political connections, right? When Trump picked Clayton, it was because of Clayton's connections, period. He was Mr. Wall Street. Rolling Stone magazine called Clayton the most conflicted SEC chair in American history. Gary Gensler's not a lawyer. How come he's the chair? Is it because he knows securities law so well? He wouldn't know a security if it bit him in his butt. And we know that. How many times does Gary Gensler get up there and talk about, oh, it's speculation and it has no intrinsic value? Read Howie. Howie tells you that it doesn't have to have intrinsic value. Howie tells you that speculation alone is not enough. Okay, but Gary Gensler was the chief financial officer of Hillary Clinton's campaign. He is heavily connected to the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party won the election. He becomes the chair. Got nothing to do with experience, got nothing to do with knowledge of the law. In fact, why did Hinman become director of chair? He got picked by Clayton. He's on video saying, I got the job because Jay Clayton called me. My good friend Jay called me and said, will you be director of corporation finance? Let me show you how much these so-called experienced securities lawyers know. Let's go to the Hinman deposition that was taken in this case. Okay, look at this question. Let me make sure I understand your testimony. This is a Ripple lawyer talking. Your understanding as you sit here today is that it's not necessary to satisfy all of the elements set out in the Howey test. Is that correct? In order to find a contract, scheme, or transaction, is an investment contract under the securities laws? That's the question. This is the answer. Bill Hinman says, my personal view is that you don't have to satisfy every single prong. And there are examples of that. Okay, so there is the director of corporation and finance. If he was correct that you didn't have to satisfy all of the Howey factors, then why did Judge Torres say in footnote 13, I'm not even going to get to the other two factors because the third factor is not satisfied. So people out there whispering in people's ears, off the record, living in the shadows. Come on, right? Sunlight is the greatest disinfectant, my friend, and I will provide you with a lot of sunlight. But no, I'm bringing the law and I'm bringing facts to the table.